Hey everyone, I've already started imaging. I'm gonna start putting the images into serial to get stacked. So just take me a couple of minutes. So my target tonight is going to be a lot of galaxies. I'm not sure how well it's going to turn out, but it's going to be NGC 6045 is the center, and there's going to be a lot of smaller galaxies around it. I mean, NGC 6045 is a very small galaxy anyway. So we'll see how it turns out. They're really faint, really dim. I'm not sure how much detail we can get out of it, but I mean, I just want to see what I can do. So. Yeah, I'm just, right now I am just downloading some images off of the Pi. And once I do that, I will put it into serial to stack. So we'll see how the first 10 or so images come out. But it's taking a little bit to download. Let's see if I can. So I might have to wait about, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes before those download. We can see the first image, but yeah, should be good. So how are you doing, Matt? Are you imaging tonight too? Nope, rain, yeah. That stinks. That's no fun. It's been kind of rainy, cloudy here the past few days too. It's been the first kind of clear night in a little bit. I mean, consistently clear. So it was probably clear last night, but there was like some haze and some lower level clouds. Oh, there goes my microphone. Some lower level clouds interfering with everything. So, but sorry about that. Might try and process the hour of elephant trunk I managed to get last week. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a good target. It's coming out now, isn't it? Like it's starting to rise in the east, northeast. I like that target. I tried imaging it a couple of years ago. I mean, the last time I imaged it was a couple of years ago, and around that time there were a lot of fires everywhere. So, yeah, not sure exactly. Like in the west of the United States, I'm in the east, but there are a lot of fires that were hitting like all the smoke was coming from the west and interfering with everything. I didn't get a very good image. But let's see here. Just trying to keep track of all of the windows I have open. Got too many open. Let's see here. Let's see, maybe I should start a poll and see what's a good question to ask viewers. Something just to get people engaged. Let's see here. I don't know if this is a very good poll question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Go ahead and do that. Galaxies or nebula? Or nebulae. I'm going to force people to choose. Force them to choose here. Internet's being pretty slow today. I mean, the internet's not slow. It's just the transfer speed from the Pi to my computer is being slow. I don't know why. So far, we got 100%, 50-50 galaxies versus nebulae. Hopefully it stays clear. It's supposed to be, it says there could be some clouds on and off tonight, so we'll see what happens. Okay, let's see if I can put some of these images in here to get started. Here we go. Yep, here we go. Oh. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, there are like a ton of galaxies in this image. They're real small, real faint. I'm imaging with my C8, Celestron C8. It's an older scope. You know, kind of like a brown, grayish tube on a HEQ5 mount. And yeah, doing 30-second exposures. I don't know if you can see it on YouTube, but there's like a galaxy right in the middle here. There's galaxies here, 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 here. Most all of these little fainter things are galaxies. So we've got a whole bunch of galaxies up here and here. I thought it'd be kind of cool just to try it out. I like these little clusters of galaxies when the galaxies kind of fill up the whole field of view. Yeah, it's starting to appear. Just waiting on some more photos to come in through. So we've got, I mean, right now we've only got 2 minutes of exposure time, and it's not too bad. What's nice, I guess, is that the galaxies are pretty small, so they're all of their, I don't know what you want to call it, their brightness is concentrated in a small like area of the sky. So see if we can put a couple more minutes in here. Let it stack. All right, and just put in 2 more minutes, and I'm kind of surprised at how much detail is already coming out. I mean, there's a lot of stars in the image, maybe a little bit distracting, but there are a lot of interacting galaxies here. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit, if it'll let me zoom in. You can see these 2 galaxies, I think, are interacting. Yeah, right here. Zoom back out. Lose all my controls when I stack and serial. It's hard to. Any updates about AstroSharp? So, uh, like I don't know if you saw the last stream, um, I'm trying to incorporate different PSFs so that like you can control how much sharpening is in it. It takes a little bit of training, a lot more training than just with one. And right now I'm having quite a bit of trouble with the star shapes. So if I train one of the PSF models, then like it learns something weird. And I'm not sure what it is, like, but the stars will kind of be a little bit deformed, or it might add a little small star to the right of the star, and so like it's just adding a little bit of artifacts and it needs more training. And that's just the nature of trying a more complicated model. Hey James, how are you? So that's going to take a little bit. I'm going to try and see if I can get maybe a smaller update that will allow for like multi-core processing, so that like the models that are already up can speed through, the sharpening a little bit faster. Okay, let's add. I'm going to add about 3 more minutes of data here. We'll see what's going on. So if you just joined, doing good, thanks. Been packing it for the movie. Yeah. Hi, ICXT9. Glad to see you. Yeah. Okay. So we've got 14 images, about 7 images stacked, and I don't know. I kind of like visually, I don't think it's impressive. But like conceptually, I think it's impressive. So like what we're imaging is around NGC, what is it, 6045 in that area. And there's just there's a lot of galaxies here. Like all the bright things are stars. The really bright things are the stars, but all the faint objects are galaxies. And so there's just dozens of galaxies in this image. It's just really cool. It's kind of interesting. You can capture it with amateur equipment like this. So I'm going to go ahead and take some more images from the Pi so we can stack it. I'm not sure how many we'll be able to do, but it's being a little bit slow today. So maybe have any updates, anything that they're imaging lately? I feel it's still a little bit early for me for Milky Way objects. Still a lot of galaxies early in the evening that I like to image. I don't generally like imaging too late at night, and I keep my telescope inside after I go to bed, so Milky Way is a little bit too far down. Like by the time like 12 and 1 o'clock rolls around when I like put everything up. So yep. I mean, we got more than I don't know how much data do I have on the Pi right now. It's being slow right now. I don't know why it's being so slow. Usually, I mean, the last time it was a little bit quicker, but I've got probably about 10 images. Is that not updating? Huh. Still connected. It's just taking a while. Maybe the Pi is struggling a bit. Oh, now it's going fast. I mean, fast is faster than it was. Yeah, Raspberry Pi. Yep. So I got my scope hooked up, K-stars, which is what you see mostly kind of on the screen on the bottom. It's just the guiding in K-stars. Guiding's okay. It's okay. Which is why I'm keeping it at like 30-second exposures. Yeah. And so I've got a thumb drive attached to the Pi, and that then is connected to like a Samba server, which is connected to my Wi-Fi, and then I just take it from there to my computer. But it is the exposures happen faster than the downloads in general, so I'm always behind. Plus, I get distracted with the stream. So, see, James says, last week I started packing my gear. Of course, we have had clear nights every day since. Yeah. Yeah. That's, isn't it the rainy season for you, though? Isn't it like it shouldn't be clear? That seems doubly painful when it's supposed to rain. So you think that you're okay and you can do other stuff, and then it's just clear all the time. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe that should be the last thing you pack is all of your gear. I don't know. It's hard. Yeah. It shouldn't be clear, but it is. Yep. Some sort of just irony in that, I guess. Let's see. About 10 minutes in. Sorry that's going so slow. Hopefully the download speeds will start to get faster. Going to Cherry Springs? No, don't have time for that. I wish I did. And it's close to me too. It's like, I don't know, a few hours drive. I could get there, but wish I could go. I was thinking of heading to West Virginia this weekend, but I'm not sure I'll have time for that either. So. Yeah, it's one thing that I want to do is go to Cherry Springs at some point. 4 hours for me, but we're not going to make it. Yeah. I think it's just the popularity of Cherry Springs has exploded the past few years too. All my mates are posting new images every day too. Salt in the wound. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, at least, I guess not for your friends, but for you that you're missing out on it. When are you going to be finished moving? Let's see. Just check to make sure that the Raspberry Pi is still working. Still looks like it's working. It's just taking forever to download stuff. Yeah, blame Trevor. Yep. We got the keys in the 30th, but move in for July 7th. Yeah, we'll be moving too soon. So moving is no fun. I mean, just the process of it it's hard. Let's see here. Okay, we're getting a few more images stacked. I think the galaxies are coming in kind of clear for as little data as we have so far. So What equipment am I using? It's a Celestron C8, just a regular C8 on like an Orion Sirius mount, which is like an HEQ5, and using an off-axis guider with a ZWO 294 monochrome camera. So we're just taking luminance data right now. Yeah, 8-inch tube. It's gray tube. It's like 20 years old. I got it secondhand over the pandemic because there was nothing else available. I wanted something for the planets. Like I have an RC scope that I usually use for like trying to go a little bit deeper. But it's 6 inches, and RCs just aren't as good for planets. So, but then I got it. I used it a couple years for planets, and then this year I was like, I want to try it on my, the mount isn't made for it. It's a little bit too small of a mount for the scope, which is why I'm keeping it at like 30-second images. I originally it was only doing like 15-second images, but I think I can do 30 without too many problems. So. But I think it works fine. I mean, it's okay. Probably needs a little bit of recollimation. But I thought I'd set it up tonight again, do some imaging of these clusters because they're just, it was cool. So. Yeah. See how many galaxies we can count here. So 2 here. There's 1 small one here. So that's 3. There's 2 here, 4, 5. I think this is a galaxy here. I don't know what these are. I don't know if those 2 things are stars, or they're just small galaxies. Let's look at, I don't know. I'm going to say, don't know. Galaxy there, galaxy here, galaxy here. Of course, this galaxy in the middle. Some galaxies here, here. Zoom back out. Up top here, there's like 4 or 5. So here, 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 and here. And yeah, they're all over the place. So yeah. Add it to your target list. Yeah, do it. It is, did I tell you what it was? I did tell you what it was, but I don't know if people who may be just joining don't know. It's MGC 6045 is this galaxy right dead center in the center. And if you have a little bit wider field of a scope, you would get even more galaxies. So you can just, look at stellarium and just see how many galaxies are around here. But with the 8-inch tube, we're in pretty deep with the 2,000 millimeter focal length. Okay, let me put in a couple more minutes of exposure time here. So adding 2 more minutes. And then I will start downloading some more. Yeah, I think it's a cool, satellite. Got a satellite in there. That stinks. Okay. Trying to get this best soon. When it does live stacking, all the controls disappear for some reason. There's a way to get it back, but I don't know how to do it. I got a few hours of the Great Globular Cluster last week, right near that cluster. Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah, I was thinking about doing a globular cluster tonight or some galaxies, and I was debating it, and I don't know. I just thought I would do some galaxies. I like galaxies, so galaxies are fun. And it's too bad that satellite just went right through. So yeah, tons and tons of galaxies. I just think it's cool. I like I don't know if I'm gonna get a good image out of this. I doubt I will with like how faint it is and how much time I think I can get on the target. I mean, if I can get a few more hours over the next couple of days, I might get something nice out of it. It's just really hard to process images like this too, because like if you ever want to put this into like StarNet, sometimes it has trouble discerning the little small, like irregular galaxies from the stars. So but yeah. So I like, yeah, I was thinking, should I get a globular cluster? That would be nice. I like it. That would be a, image that you just get a good image after like 5 minutes, I think, too. So it's probably a more YouTube friendly target. But I just think that galaxies are cool. I like globular clusters and nebulae too, but got the C8, might as well try to go in deep. Okay, let's see, galaxies or nebulae. We've got 71% for galaxies, 29% for nebulae. Yeah, I'm making people choose tonight. I'm making you choose. But I think most of us like all of them. Like galaxies, nebulae, globular clusters, whatever you can get. So I'm at work, so I won't be typing much here. Okay. Well, I'm glad you've joined us, and yeah, if you get a chance, don't be shy. So okay, let's see. Almost got the next batch of images coming in. So 2 more minutes. And is it still showing how many? Yeah, it's still showing how many are stacked. Right, so somewhere I lost that window. So I can't tell unless I'm viewing it on YouTube. Maybe I should open up YouTube and see what it is. Or OBS maybe. But we have 33 images, so we've got about 60 minutes of data. So red cat 51 means I go after nebulae a lot more often. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the wide field is really, really nice. I think in a red cat, yeah, it would be a lot more difficult to get an image like this. I used to, I started out with a refractor, an 80 millimeter, and I would still try imaging like this. And you can get decent images, I think, even with an 80 millimeter refractor if you don't use like your focal reducer. So yeah, red cat 51, wide field targets. Yep. I think, the red cat 51 might actually be fine with something like this because there are so many galaxies in this area that like you would probably get the brighter ones. And with the right processing, I think you could bring it out pretty well. But it might be hard. Yeah, just check it out in Stellarium and see what like the field of view you'd get and stuff. Because I used to try to do stuff with my 80 millimeter a lot, and you can do it like the coma cluster. It's probably a little bit too late for the coma cluster right now, but like you can still do it. So it's just the resolution isn't quite there for some of it, but you know they're galaxies. And any sort of plate solving software would know they're galaxies too. So take the images, put it into like astrometry.net, and then get that image out and like show people all the galaxies. That I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, the chain is excellent with, yeah. I'll let you know how this grouping it goes when the skies are clear. Yeah, try it. Let me know. Put it in the comments. I think it's worth a try, at least. So has anybody experienced any buffering with YouTube? It's just asking me. I mean, it's telling me that like it's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. You might experience buffering. Has anybody had buffering? Find the Skywatcher 72 ED is pretty good too. Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of good scopes out there now. So I wish I had kind of known about some of these scopes 6 years ago when I started. But let's see. Okay, we've got 2 more minutes coming in. Just reached 20 minutes of exposure time. Yeah, I guess, let's see here. Is the stream okay? Can you guys hear me okay? See everything okay? Okay, thanks. YouTube keeps warning me about stream. I think it's like because of my router is just not having a good time right now. Downloading all these images from the Pi and onto my computer and then streaming. So I recently imaged the Pinwheel Galaxy, the one with the supernova with a red cat 51. In a 1-minute exposure, the supernova is very much brighter than the galaxy. Yeah, yep. Okay, see you in a bit, James. Let's see. Yeah, I was surprised too when I imaged it. You know, the last stream, that thing was bright. It was pretty bright. Is it getting brighter, or is it about the same? I haven't imaged it in a while. I mean, haven't seen it in a while. Maybe it's something we can check at the end of the stream. just to see how bright it is. Let's see here. Told me there's a dithering error. So I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, just finished focusing about 10 minutes ago, so we're good with that. See, yeah. Yeah, nice. Seems to be about the same over the past week. Huh, cool. Wonder when it will start actually getting dimmer. I mean, it's supposed to be visible for a few weeks at least, I think. Maybe that's something Astrobiscuit could do, is get a whole bunch of people to do M101 with the BAT telescope over like several nights, and then see how, do an animation of how it gets dimmer. I think that would be cool. Although I don't know, it might be a little bit hard, like with the moon and stuff, but I don't know. Seems like a project that he could do pretty easy with all of his supporters. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be. So oh, we got another satellite trail. Great. Let's when I do a real stack of this image, hopefully the average stacking will get rid of that, the pixel rejection. So one thing too, I know there was a question earlier about AstroSharp. I'm also thinking about making the model a little bit more complicated. So right now, it's kind of doing one pixel at a time, and I'm thinking about making it do like multiple pixels at a time. Maybe that'll help with the star shapes, but there's still a lot of trial and error that goes in with it. So, thing about like machine learning is like people call it like a, I don't know, a dark art. So like it feels like magic, but like you're trying different things, and like sometimes you just don't know why it works, and it just works. So there's a lot of trial and error. And kind of like one thing I have about like machine learning is just so a little bit strange, because I mean, you have an idea of what's going on underneath the hood, but like really no one knows. So if you've got like somebody who calls their machine learning algorithm like some sort of mathematical operation, I don't know how like to interpret that. Like if they say it's some sort of, I'm going to be very careful with my words here, but like if they say it's doing something, and it's like a convolutional neural network or something like that, like, do they really know that's what it's doing, or is it doing something else? Like there are so many parameters with any sort of machine learning algorithm that relies on neural networks that like you may not really know what it's doing, even though you think you do. So that's just, sort of my little rant. Like you train it some way and it like you're hoping it has an output that is satisfactory, but what those individual nodes or neurons or whatever you want to call them are doing is, you know, very hard to make sense of. Like, so I don't know. Yeah, but machine learning is interesting. I feel that we shouldn't call it artificial intelligence yet because like that implies like there's some sort of intelligence behind it. But at this point, like it's just math. It's just like a whole bunch of math. Like if I were going to do a regression analysis, like with just standard regression, like no one would call that artificial intelligence. But like you get enough, if you get enough predictors for a regression analysis, you can do some really good predictions, and no one would call that artificial intelligence. And a neural network, I feel, is just regression on steroids. I mean, there's a lot of different. I mean, the structure is a lot different. The functions are a lot different. But at the end of the day, it's just like an input is transformed by some function several times and produces an output. So yeah, machine learning neural network is so far from AI, it's not funny, but marketing. Yeah, yep, I agree. Yep. So yeah, I mean, will we even recognize what, like, if the machines ever become intelligent? I don't know if we'll even recognize it because I don't know. It's such a abstract idea at this point. Like we don't even know what like non-artificial intelligence is, kind of, you know, like how are we supposed to tell what artificial intelligence would look like? But it's so weird, all this talk about ChatGPT and stuff. I mean, I don't know. You got people. I mean, you got smart people who think that like ChatGPT is like on the cusp of actually being artificial intelligence, but I don't think that's the case. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. And like all the biases that come with like language, like that humans have when they speak, just get amplified, or they get like echoed in everything too. So a lot of stuff to think about. But luckily the task that I'm giving my neural networks is fairly straightforward.